Hello everyone, welcome to the lecture. Today's topic is storage organization. Here, the runtime storage might be subdivided to hold the generated target code, data objects and control stack to keep track of procedure activations. Runtime storage divided to hold generated target code, data objects and control stack that keeps track of procedure activations. This section of runtime memory. This section of runtime memory is used to hold compiled data. Compiled program, not data. Compiled program or machine generated target code. Machine generated target code. This section of the runtime memory is used to hold the compiled program or machine generated target code. This section of the runtime memory is used to static data. Static data, that is, data objects hold the different types of information used by the program. Various types of information used by the program. One of it is global data. Another is static data. Static data. Global data can be accessible throughout the program. Static data limited in scope to the function. Limited in scope to the function. Within the function, local to the procedure, local to the function. The static data, static variable, the variable scope is limited to the function only. Global data, that is, the object is accessible throughout the program. So, static data is held in this section of the runtime memory. Coming to heap, along with the global data, static data, the objects can be created and managed during runtime. Objects can be created and managed during runtime. Those objects can be placed in this heap section, held in heap section. Another is stack section of the runtime memory. This will hold the activation records. Activation records. Whenever a procedure is called or function is called, an activation is created. Activation record is created. That means whenever procedure is called, the procedure is called active. So that activation record is created. This activation record will contain information about formal parameters, actual parameter, return address, etc. will be available in the activation record. So, whenever a procedure is called, activation record is created and pushed onto the control stack. And also important thing, these stack and heap are going opposite directions. So, runtime storage might be subdivided to hold generated target code, data objects and control stack, the control stack to keep track of procedure activations. Activation record. Activation record, that is, information needed by a single execution of a procedure is managed using a contiguous block of storage. That is, information needed by a procedure for execution is managed in a contiguous block of memory. This is a contiguous block of memory. This is called activation record. Activation record. This will contain temporaries, local data, saved machine status, optional access link, optional control link, actual parameters, returned value. Temporaries. Temporaries is used to hold the intermediate results. That means, for example, while evaluating expression evaluation, for example, A is equals to B plus C star D. In this expression evaluation, first C star D is evaluated. So, that will give a result, that is intermediate result. Temporaries, that is a temporary result. temporaries, those are stored in this field of the activation record. Next, local data. Local data, that is a data specific to a execution of a procedure. Local data is a data that is specific to a execution of a procedure, specific to a execution of a procedure. Then saved machine status. Saved machine status will hold the status of the machine just before a procedure is called. Hold the status of the machine just before calling to a procedure. Next, access link. This is optional access link. This will point to a non-local data stored in the other activation record. Points to non-local data stored in other activation record. Points to a non-local data stored in other activation records. Next, control link. This is also optional control link. This will point to the activation record of the calling procedure. Points to calling procedure. Points to activation record. Record of calling procedure. Actual parameters. This is used by the calling procedure. Actual parameters are used by the calling procedure to provide the parameters to the called procedure. Calling procedure to provide parameters to the called procedure. Next, return value. This field is used by the called procedure to return a value to the calling procedure. So, activation record will hold the information about the single execution of the procedure. Any information needed by the single execution of the procedure. That information is temporaries, local data, saved machine status, optional access link, optional control link, actual parameters and return values. Thank you.